been a while. Today is a totally different subject. I'm going to show you guys how to make little standees, paper standees for role-playing games, D&D and stuff like that. So, I started off DMing and I didn't have enough minis. I wanted a bit more variety, and I thought the easiest way to do that is to print them out. So I started with these things, a little regular token and then a dead token on the other side. And you can see this is going to take a little bit more work because obviously you have to cut out all the white space, attach it to cardboard or something to make it heavier. And so I'm not down for that. I wanted something that was a little bit easier because I'm lazy. I wanted something that was a little bit easier and more modular. And so I thought, standees. People have been making standees for ages. There's a game called Dead of Winter, which actually has pretty fantastic plastic standee bases, which, you know, don't show you that they're on bases. Essentially, you just put them down. They feel like they're more into the map, which is kind of nice. But I went with this sort of design. This is just a piece of plastic folded over in a very specific way so that it grabs a piece of paper. Nice and easy, just pry it open, piece of paper goes in, of whatever you want, obviously. And it's pretty solid. You can chuck it around. It doesn't let go if you fold it right, which is not too hard to do. So, first thing to do is start with some plastic. Now this plastic I've got here is from a blister box. If you guys buy like little miniatures, you'll have this plastic all over the place. I got this from a small toolbox, and I just cut it out with a what you Americans call X-Acto knife, what we call just knife. I had actually a Stanley knife for this, and you fold it into that little base. Now, the measurements for it, for a 2.5mm base, first of all, I'm flicking the crap out of this just to show you the kind of consistency of the plastic. You want to make sure that this stuff is gonna hold a bend and, you know, give a bit of pressure. These miniatures are 2.5mm bases. 2.5 centimeter, 2.5 centimeter bases. So yes, in order to get the 2.5 centimeters, you've got obviously the middle, and then because it folds up on both sides, it's an extra 2.5 centimeters and a little bit more really. And then the tongues are 1 centimeter. So all in all, 7 centimeters. And if you've got a little grid space, like I'm pointing at right there, it's quite useful. These are 1 centimeter squares. You line it up, and we start by folding the edges to make those little tongues that grab the paper. So you lay your ruler down, line it up. Try, when you're making the tongues, try and be a little, try and make it a little short. So, you know, line it up with a 1 centimeter, then push the ruler just a little bit further so you cover that line, and then fold it up. So the actual tongue itself is just a little under 1 centimeter. And the reason you want to do this is to try and create that tension in the middle that's going to push the paper. If you fold it all exactly, it's probably not going to grab the paper. So yeah, everything you're doing like on the folding stage is to favour it toward building tension in the middle. And you'll see how that works in a second. So you fold over both tongues, like I am doing. If anybody has a question about my nail, if you haven't watched any of my guitar videos, you'll probably not know. I use it for guitar playing instead of a pick. So, we have 2 folded edges here, and then you take them, you fold them back over themselves to make this little Om sign. And what you want to do is pinch them together and put pressure right in the middle with a finger. And as you push, you want to try and make sure that it's lined up, it's nice and even on both sides, so you know, it's not going to squint. And you want to stop about there. You don't want to continue any further. Just push it enough so that you've got a defined place to fold. And so you're not committing to it at this point. And now you can further sort of add that tension by pushing it. Don't pull down, push forward in the way to try and make sure that these 2 pieces meet, and more so they want to fight each other. So you roll in, you fold that with your thumb, and all should be well. Now you finish that, you flatten out a little bit, and then just put a bit more sting in it with a ruler, flatten out even harder. And then the corners will end up touching, so that's what's going to grab the paper. Now, the actual paper standees themselves, you can put anything you want in there. I have templates that I do, which are, I think, 3.5 centimeters tall. They're double-sided, obviously, so you just sort of put your pictures head to head and then fold them over so they stick in. And it works out about the same size, comparatively anyway, to a normal standee. This is one I made. This is Tark. Tark is a big half-orc barbarian guy with a giant hammer. And I use them for medium creatures. I use them for everything, really. You can put small stuff in there. You can print off stuff which is the same size as the tokens I showed you at the beginning and put them in. And you can also print off big stuff, so some big-ass monster that you want, you can print off as well. When I was filming this video, I hadn't actually printed out any yet, so I'm sort of prototyping the stand. But they're pretty easy to do. This is a schematic, or schematic, just a picture. Yeah, so 7 centimeters by 2.5 centimeters. 2.5 centimeters, obviously, you can adjust if you want 3 centimeter bases and just scale everything up. And step 1, fold those 1 centimeter marks. Step 2, bringing things into that sort of omega / the ohm symbol shape, probably the same thing. And step 3, flatten it down, really push, ensuring that as you fold those corners, they're favouring the inside, so that you create that tension at the corner. If you fold them and roll them backwards, then you end up with a gap and the paper just falls out. So be careful with that stuff. Other than that, I mean, the plastic, the kind of plastic this is made from, easy to get, really easy to get, because when you order stuff, buy miniatures, it comes in just everything. And you can use pictures, stuff like this. I mean, there are loads of pictures. Just do a quick image search for any monster, like, I don't know, goblin, and then add D&D image search, you'll probably get a little thing that you can use as a miniature. Obviously, I can't take any credit for the images you just saw, but that's the kind of stuff you can use. So, have fun, and I don't know, some cheesy sign-off line for happy gaming, that kind of thing. I guess the main thing, guys, just enjoy yourself. Bye-bye.